Obesity, the impact on the individual and society. So, obesity is defined as a disorder in which the individual has excessive body fat, and that comes with increased risk of health complications such as cardiovascular disease, um, issues with joints, and even mental illnesses as well. So, risks and causes. There is a direct link between poverty and obesity because individuals that are within poverty are not able to afford the healthier food options, and there's less options for them to go and purchase healthy food options like Whole Foods or anything like that. They're less likely to open up in an area that is highly impacted by poverty. And because of the poverty and obesity direct link, minority groups are at higher risk than a majority group would be in contracting obesity. On the chart over here, we see that the obesity rate for non-Hispanic Black adults is more than 3.5 times the rate of non-Hispanic Asian adults. And also, through conclusions of studies, it is seen that women are more at risk of developing obesity than men are. And prevention. The World Health Organization recommends about 150 to 300 minutes of exercise weekly. The exercise should be moderate or high intensity, and it's also very important to keep a healthy diet with all of the food groups in the food pyramid, or you can use something as simple as like My Plate to count the calories and the different kinds of calories that you're intaking. And the most important step of obesity prevention is remaining consistent with a healthy diet and regular moderate intensity exercise. It's very easy to monitor your own body using the BMI scale and seeing where exactly you lie in the average. Childhood obesity in the United States. The obesity rate for children in the United States is 17% as a whole. For years 12 to 19, for adolescent years, it's 20%, and years 6 to 11 is 17%. Over the last 14 years, the obesity rate for 2 to 5-year-olds has decreased, but only very minorly. Just like adults, children within a lower class are more susceptible to obesity, and in low-income areas, it is very likely to have more than half the students in a classroom be obese or overweight. And on the right over here, we see the vicious cycle of childhood obesity, and it just shows you all the life stages that someone would go through and the complications that you can face throughout the different stages of life being overweight. So, risks of developing childhood obesity. When obesity is developed as a child, it does lead to more serious complications throughout life. They are more at risk of developing cardiovascular or metabolic diseases. And then for mental issues as well, they're more likely to have self-esteem issues, body image issues, and problems developing peer relationships due to their mistreatment from their peers. And then on the left, it shows all the different areas of the body that obesity can affect. There's diabetes, gout, infections, obesity in the heart, things like that. And then obesity as an epidemic. The United States currently leads the world in obesity rates, and obesity has replaced the malnutrition as the #1 food problem around the world. The World Health Organization and the CDC have both given average BMI for adults, and that is between 18.5 and 24.5. And within the United States, more than 70% of adults are obese or overweight. And on the right, I have a little chart showing you the obesity rates per state. And it looks like the South kind of has higher obesity rates than anywhere else in the country. And then ultra-processed food is one of the main causes of obesity as an epidemic. There's a direct correlation between eating ultra-processed foods and obesity. And ultra-processed foods is anything from fast foods or something that's been processed over and over and over again, and that makes up 50 to 60% of all energy consumption around the world. All right, and there are my sources.